A massive thank you to Aiden, Dave, David, and Fear the Deer for subscribing to the channel. If you want to be featured in these little clips, make sure you subscribe down below. Hello everyone, and welcome back guys to a brand new video, where today we're here back with round 3 of Season 2 of our F1 2021 My Team Career Mode. Yes, we're back at the Jewel in the Formula 1 crown. The Monaco Grand Prix this weekend, and we've got a little bit in the budget to spend before we dive into this one here today. Do we want to go? What department should we go with? It probably needs to be durability or aerodynamics, I think, at this stage of the year. But yeah, we're doing well so far. If you missed out on the video from Sunday, obviously it went live before the Hungarian Grand Prix. So obviously, I'm sure quite a few of you guys might have missed that as well. Definitely recommend going back and checking it out. We're going to go, though, with the quality spec control and the build time level 2. So both of those upgrades there ready in a couple of weeks' time there. But yeah, like I said, if you missed out on that video, click the eye at the top right-hand side of your screens. You can go back and check that one out. In terms of upgrades, though, at the moment, we have got a few more in progress. Hopefully going to be sorted ready for this weekend. But let's just see if there's anything more we can get on with before we dive into this weekend there. We can't do that. We can't do that either, so nothing on the durability side of things there. We might need to start saving some R&D points up for more durability upgrades further down the line. It's not looking great, I'll be honest. Pretty much everything. Yeah, no, we can't do any upgrades just yet. So let's wait and see if all the upgrades go on that we need to.
I think we could better manage our time by organising some team activities. Head to the activities screen to see what we have available.
We're already doing that, so I don't know how they can moan about that one. But there we go, all the upgrades coming in all nicely. There we go, that's what you love to see.
We've had the new parts come through the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
So that's all good then. We've got 970 R&D points now, so we'll go with another durability upgrade ready for Baku in a couple of weeks' time there. But we've actually got a press interview before this weekend. Let's see what Will Buxton wants to know.
Thanks so much for the invitation to your HQ. Let's have a little chat about the team's performance this season. In a recent interview, you spoke on the topic of mental health in sports, and you mentioned you were initiating a mental health program at your team HQ. What drove this decision?
Well, I think we care about our staff and we want to invest as much in their physical and mental health as well as their physical well-being. That seems fair.
We've heard rumours that your engineers and teammates have had a difference of opinion on where you focus your development efforts. As someone with experience as both a team manager and a driver, how do you tackle disagreements like this?
Well, I think these disagreements are healthy. They speak to people's passion and help drive creativity in a lot of ways.
A recent survey found that your staff have the highest employee satisfaction of all the F1 teams. That's quite the accolade. In your opinion, what makes you the best team to work for in Formula 1?
Well, I think we've invested a lot in our facilities to not only make it just a great place to work, but with an eye towards employee well-being as well.
Other teams have invested more in their facilities than you have. Are you happy with what you have, or is there a cash flow issue?
There's definitely no cash flow issues. We've just put 2 more upgrades into the facilities. Our powertrain department needs a lick of paint, but for now it's just still functional. We're still a new F1 team. We need to let the dust settle before we go about upgrading.
Your wind tunnel is looking very impressive. Have you been focusing a lot of your development capacity there?
We've been investing a lot in that area, but we're invested in all areas. We need a balanced car.
Well, thanks a lot for inviting us here. It's been fantastic.
Right, well, heading out to free practice then here for the Monaco Grand Prix. We've done really well so far this season with, of course, 2-point scoring finishes in the opening 2 Grand Prix. And, of course, that has come from bringing a lot of upgrades to the car. And all those points are, of course, earned on Friday. So we need to try and continue this good momentum as we head into the Monaco Grand Prix. We really don't want to have to stop upgrading the car this year, of course, until we get to potentially some rule changes late on in the season. But of course, Monaco is certainly a track you can't just go straight in with qualifying style laps. You've got to build up the momentum around here, build some confidence with the car as well. Should be a pretty good track though for the car, with a bit of luck, but of course we'll wait and see. Of course, very mixed emotions from last time out here at the Monaco Grand Prix on F1 2021 in my team. Managed to make it into Q2 and Q3 for the first time, but also of course had that catastrophic engine blow up just a couple of laps into the race. So fingers crossed the Renault power unit doesn't do that this weekend. But no team really has had particularly great reliability so far this year, as that is not the line through there. Second time's a charm though, that should be the purple score.
That's looking good. Now let's try for purple. You'll get a bonus for consistency if you can chain good corners together.
Apparently not, but we'll take the green. Last but not least though, into the tyre wear program. Can be quite difficult to get hooked up round here, I'll be honest. You tend to slide the car around a bit. Of course, at the Monaco Grand Prix. It's just normally that obviously when you get into a race, tyre wear just simply isn't an issue. So easy just to unsettle the car through the curbs around the swimming pool, but we have managed to make it through to the final corner. Momentarily they're dipping into the red, but it is going to be a purple score. At the end of the day, they're decent Friday.
Well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can talk you through the numbers.
Team happy with that. Friday all done and dusted here at Monaco. Or Thursday even, I should say. Let's dive into quali. You guys have christened this car the Tiger so far in F1 2021, and I must admit I do agree with you. All the orange zebra I've noticed as well. But qualifying day then, here at the Monaco Grand Prix for the first time actually in this series. I'm actually going to go out on the mediums first of all. Get a couple of bank laps in, just get our eye back in with the circuit as well, of course. Probably won't have the pace for Q2 on these mediums. I mean, I haven't made Q2 at all so far this year, but we've still scored points in both of the Grand Prix so far. But you never know what might happen here. I'd love to try and get into the top 3 again. Top 3, Q3 even. But we'll wait and see. First lap done and dusted over 109.799 there. Leaves us slower than Gio and Mazepin. We'll do one more run on these tyres. There is Sonoda 2 seconds quicker than us. But he's in the Mercedes though. I had briefly forgot about that for a moment. Coming to the end of our second run. Yeah, definitely starting to get our eye in now with it. 6 tenths up as we head out the final corner. Avoiding a lot more of the wheel spin as well there. It's going to be a 109.0. That's going to put us between Giovinazzi and Schwartzman there. But still slower than Bottas. But we're on the mediums, so I'll take that. Right, going back out then on a set of the soft compound tyres here. Hopefully we'll get this lap in, get ourselves towards the top 10, and that should be us done with Q1. We'll wait and see though. A lot of curb through turn 1 there. That was a bit cheeky. We're 8,000 slower than our teammate Schwartzman on that first run. So fingers crossed, being on much fresher tyres, much grippier tyres as well. 8 thousandths of a second should be findable. There is already quarter of a second up at the end of Sector 1. 4 tenths up at this stage of the lap there. You can see braking just at the 100 metre board there. Take a lot of curb through the chicane there. And now half a second up as we head in towards the final sector. This should be where these softs really do come alive. Over the curbing on the way through the swimming pool chicane there. Avoid the second one a little bit there as you get right up to the wall on the exit. Still about 3.5 tenths up there. We did really nail the second half of the lap on that second run.
In around 10 to 15 minutes.
Oh, there we go. Rain in about 10 to 15 minutes, but it's going to be another quarter of a second. That puts us up at a 12th. We might do one more lap here, see if we can find a bit more. Back through the final chicane again. We're finding a bit more time at the moment. You can see the back end still wobbling around a bit. That's way too deep there. We've almost Schumachered it through the final couple of corners there, and that lap might have to be good enough for Q2. Yeah, you can see there in the end it's going to be another 109, but yeah, hopefully that 8.8 is going to be enough. Don't think it's worth leaving it at this late stage of the session here. We're going to have to go for another run there, just as everyone else is coming towards the end of their laps. 40 seconds left on the clock. We're sat in P14 at the moment, but I'm just a bit worried that a few more guys are going to find a bit more time here as we head back through turn 1. Purple at the end of the first... green even, I should say, at the end of the first sector. We might not need to find this time, as I'm a little bit worried we're all over the back of Christian Lundgaard. Hopefully he won't block us if he isn't on a run anymore. That big load of sparks kicking up from the Alfa Romeo. So we head down in towards the tunnel even, I should say. 2 tenths up now. But we're down, we're still P14 there, but Bottas has gone faster, so that goes to show just how not safe we are.
Are you okay? That was a big one. Confirm you're okay, please.
Only just nicked the wall with the rear wheel there. We'll see if we can get a good view of it in this qualifying session there. And unfortunately, that just puts us into the outside wall. I thought we'd get away with it, to be honest, with just a tiny bit of front wing damage there. But that's all it takes here at Monaco, and that is us out. We might have made it through into Q2, but the car's written off. I don't think we'll get a run in. Oh, we didn't even make Q2 in the end. What is wrong with us so far this year? They're P18 once more here at the Monaco Grand Prix there. And obviously we're going to have to do a full rebuild of the car as well, ready for the Grand Prix tomorrow. That is absolutely heartbreaking here on the city streets. But Schwartzman does make it through into Q2. They're Bottas as well into Q2 once again. But we're going to have a mountain to climb in the Grand Prix. We need to sort out our qualifying pace. Hamilton fastest though ahead of Perez and Ricciardo. Let's dive in here to the Monaco Grand Prix.
Nelson Piquet once said that driving the Circuit de Monaco was like riding a bicycle around your living room. And it's not hard to see what he means by that. There's no more prestigious a Grand Prix victory than Monaco, but also none so challenging. The prestigious Circuit de Monaco then. It's not all that dissimilar today to the layout that made its debut almost a century ago. It's 2 miles and 19 corners through the streets of Monte Carlo, and although the average lap speed of around 93 miles per hour is the lowest of the season, the tiny margins for error make it the natural habitat of the safety car. With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Ricciardo, Sainz, Yuki Tsunoda, and Norris, Verstappen, Perez, Russell, and Pierre Gasly, Stroll, Fernando Alonso, Robert Schwartzman, and Joe, Bottas, Lundgaard, Mr. Monaco, and Antonio Giovinazzi, Latifi, Mazepin, Mick Schumacher, and Esteban Ocon rounds off the grid. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head to trackside for today's race.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
I think if we want a top 10 here today, we're going to have to be brave and aggressive here at the Monaco Grand Prix. 2 words that aren't often used to describe this race, I'll be honest, but we'll see what happens nonetheless there. The team do believe the medium soft is possible. They also believe it's quicker than the strategy they recommended, so I absolutely love that. But of course, yeah, this place home, like Crofty said, to the safety car as well. Esteban Ocon, the star driver in the real-life Grand Prix at the weekend, starting last on the grid. He is in for a fun outing here today on the Monaco streets. But P17 for us, that one grid spot is a bit of a consolation, means we're on the inside for turn 1. Hopefully we can sneak up the inside of Lundgaard and maybe a couple of other people if we're brave enough. But we'll wait and see what happens here in the Monaco Grand Prix. 39 laps ahead of us though, we've got to keep our head down and focus. Wait on those 5 red lights. And it's lights out, and away we go there. Lundgaard on the hard, so we should get a better start than him as we head down towards turn 1 there. Bottas goes to the outside, and we're going to find a nice little window down towards turn 1 there. Straight up 3 places. No, we're not. You can see there the AlphaTauri of Guan Yu Zhou getting all caught in the middle there. We've lost the spots to Bottas and Zhou. Neither of them willing to back out as we head out of turn 1 there. We'll get out the inside of Bottas once more as we head down the hill, and up the inside of Guan Yu Zhou as well. Once again, not having that, not getting barged out of turn 1 there, and almost span. Yellow flags out, so nothing can be done down in towards the hairpin. There go the greens once more, as we thought about having a look at the outside even, I should say, of our teammate. But yeah, up 3 spots then off the start of this Grand Prix. That was almost a big mistake. Through a Portier, we almost centered it, turned in way too early. But yeah, up 3 spots then off the start here. Now we're going to try and settle down into a rhythm and try to match our teammate here. Yeah, everyone in front of us though on the hards, so they're really trying to go deep into this Grand Prix. We'll wait and see what their strategy is later on. Clearly don't have much faith in the softer compounds of rubber here. Very, very easy to overheat them though at the Monaco Grand Prix. But fingers crossed, yeah, this could be an advantage for us. Already getting a little bit worried that Schwartzman's losing some ground to Alonso just up the road there. We'll have to try and have a look past our teammates sooner rather than later. Is it worth it down into the chicane? I thought about it. I definitely thought about it, but nothing going there. I wish we had team orders on F1. The fact you could just sort of tell the team, ask if Schwartzman will let us by, because we are definitely going to be a lot quicker early on. But we'll wait and see. The battery, though, as we head up the hill, up the inside, no. Definitely not brave enough to go for that this time round, but as we head down in towards Upper Mirabo, we might be able to get a run there. Look at that, Schwartzman doesn't get the run down the hill there, and we will have a look right around the outside through Upper Mirabo. We'll give the inside for the hairpin, And some tight battles going on between ourselves and our teammate there. But we have made the move work, as it's actually one of the Ferraris leading the way. Is that Charles Leclerc or is it Carlos Sainz leading the Monaco Grand Prix? Not too sure. Oh, Schwartzman into the pits.
Coming in for his stop.
So they said they've come in for his stop, so that was definitely a strategy choice there by the team. There wasn't any damage between the pair of us, but very, very weird. Schwartzman just has not had the luck so far this year, unfortunately. Retirement on lap 2 in Bahrain. That spin, of course, last time round in Spain. And, of course, now, whatever's happened with the very bot strategy at the start here as well. But, unfortunately, yeah, now we're stuck behind Alonso in this Grand Prix. He was one of maybe the only other runners in this race, also on a set of mediums. But he can't get past Gasly. And, obviously, he's got that little bit of extra grip, which means we can't seem to be able to pressurise him enough. On the outside through the hairpin. Nope, Alonso having nothing there. And then big wheel spin on the X there means we can't capitalise. Very, very difficult. But you just got to keep trying to force the error. Oh, have a look around the outside of Alonso. Nope, nothing happening there. Thought we might have just been able to force him into a small error that time round. But really, really difficult at the start of this Grand Prix. Alonso, it just doesn't even feel like he wants to try and make a move on Gasly. I think he's just happy to settle in where he is. Could think about a dive, but definitely not happening that time round. We still, yeah, just trying to apply the pressure there. You can see getting all in his gearbox on the exit, but just can't do anything. Right, come on, now we're a bit close to Alonso as we head back down towards turn 1. Oh, just locked up the rears there, as there definitely wasn't any room to go up the inside. I think they need to make turn 1 completely open, just like you can go up to the inside wall there, making a fast sweeper. That might make things a bit easier for overtaking. Because there's definitely no way to make a move in towards that first corner with these massive Formula 1 cars. Oh, this time around we're a bit close to Alonso. We'll keep draining the battery. So we head down through the tunnel. Up the inside we go. Oh, just about keep it on the curbing. It was certainly a bit of a send, but we have finally managed to get past the Spaniard. He was obviously a bit renowned for his defending, of course, in the world of Formula 1. And we've got Gasly up next on hards, though, again. As Stroll in front of him's on mediums. It's so much more difficult to try and get past these guys. Gasly, of course, with no DRS in this Grand Prix. So as we try and get a bit closer to him before he gets a bit closer to Lance Stroll here. Big run up the hill again. Thought about it. Gasly actually gives a little bit of room on the way in there, but realised he broke a lot later. Can we do what we did to our teammate Schwartzman, though? Up the inside. Oh, big lock of the rears. We'll give him the room around the outside there, but Gasly does back out of it. He doesn't want anything to do with it at the moment. I think Pierre, yeah, very aware we wanted it more than he did at the moment. Now we've just got both Astons, both Red Bulls, both McLarens, both Ferraris and both Mercs in front of us now. So we're best of the rest. I really am not a fan of staring at other cars' rear wings on F1 2021. I mean, we've already made up 6 places in the opening 10 laps. Let's see how much more we can get from this Grand Prix here today there, as we're finally now closed up to the back of Lance Stroll. Getting a little bit closer there as we head through Casino Square. Oh, a big rattle up against the wall. Certainly doesn't leave us close enough to go for anything like we did on Gasly. Up the inside through the hairpin. No. Having to flick it round there as we weren't going to make it round on normal. And that's put us a couple of seconds back again. Gives us a bit of clear air, but I've cooked the rears. Yep, it's only taken us 2 laps there as well.
Great work. That's a new fastest lap of the race.
That's just how quick we really are then in this Grand Prix. New fastest lap here on the Monaco streets, and 11.2.
A second a lap on the car behind.
You can see, yeah, we just get back up to Lance Stroll. And there might not be a lot we can do again. Really getting a bit bored of seeing the Aston Martin logo now on the back of Lance Stroll's car there. We do get just around the outside. That sometimes compromises their run through the next couple of corners. That's a huge kick of understeer on the exit.
Incident on track, but officials aren't looking to push for a safety car right now. Just be careful.
Someone's had a little issue in this Grand Prix. Can we go for the send at the inside of the Canadian? Oh, Stroll not having any of it. And we'll have to back out of that one. It was a bit of a late send, but Stroll, yeah, this time round, not having any of that. We'll have to slot back into P11. Somehow, out of all of that, we both seem to have come away with it with no damage whatsoever, so pretty lucky. There might be a little bit on the floor, actually, saying that. No, everything seems good still. So, yeah, brutal racing between myself and the Canadian then. Neither of us wanted to back down. But now he's got no DRS off his teammate George Russell. so hopefully we'll be a little bit more vulnerable. Still neither myself or Lance Stroll willing to back down in this battle here, as we're still all over the back of the Aston Martin there. George Russell into the pits at the end of lap 19.
On track, resulting in loose debris. Fortunately, the marshals have managed to clear it up in time, and there are no plans for a safety car right now.
Oh, a couple of people in the pits at the end of lap 19 there. That was Verstappen as well. So they're both going mediums to the end. But we are still here just pushing the Canadian along. But these tyres do not feel great at the moment there. You can see just how much understeer we got through Casino Square. Might have to just cool them down a bit again and try to attack once more. A few more cars into the pits as well at the end of lap 20 there. Gasly behind us actually in as well. So the hard runners here really not staying on those hards all too long in this Grand Prix. As we again just get that bit closer to Lance Stroll. I really want to get past the Canadian and then focus on trying to cool down the tyres a little bit more. We get another good run up the hill. So worried about getting undercut here. I think we have just got to pit in now and go into the hards to the end of the Grand Prix. I've left the front wing on auto as well, just in case we have picked up a little bit of damage on it. Ooh, big slide in. Oh, we actually spat into the pit lane there. Luckily, the game resets us in that situation. But yeah, so worried we're going to get undercut by people. You know, by the time we do make our stop, I think it's better that we just stick with most of the other runners in this Grand Prix. There is Russell, about a few seconds back. Then we've got Alonso actually defending. Come on, get in gear. We've got actually Alonso, yeah, defending from Pierre Gasly here, so he's going to be close on the pit exit.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
Nice and easy out of the pit lane there. Gasly actually just gets very, very close to contact as we just come out behind Pierre on pit exit here. So this was not what we needed. Alonso holding us both up. Obviously, Fernando, I don't think has made his stop yet. Schwartzman in once more.
Robert in the pits.
But still, yeah, 17 laps to go here from Monaco. There is still a lot to play for. Got yellow flags out then here at the Monaco Grand Prix. I think it's one of the Ferraris going slowly once again there, of course. Already seen one mechanical failure for Charles Leclerc from the lead at the last Grand Prix. And it's Schwartzman. No, it's our teammate out for the second time in 3 races. It looks to be an engine failure there. Heartbreak once more for the young Russian. And you can see there, yeah, the engine's gone up in smoke once again. So the second Renault power unit to go up this year there. And we can't even get on board with him because of the fact the engine's gone. You can see him parked up on the outside of the circuit there, and that is heartbreaking for our teammate. 2 engine failures in 3 races. He just is not having any luck. Again, now all over the back of Pierre Gasly in this race. They're still getting catastrophic understeer at the final corner. Don't know why that seems to be happening now.
27.5 seconds.
It'll be interesting to see where Lance Stroll comes out in comparison to this little battle, but we need to try and get past Gasly and then Alonso in this Grand Prix. Of course, Gasly now on softer tyres than us, Alonso on the same. We cannot afford to be stuck behind Pierre to the end of this one. We got nothing to lose and everything to gain at this stage of the race. If we can just try and sneak past these guys all over the back still of the Frenchman there, and the Spaniard in the French car just in front of him. Whoa!
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
What on earth was that? Back end just got completely loose through the hotel. Oh, come on. And that's completely not the front wing off there. We must have got caught. You see a couple of times there, the AI just kick up a little bit of sand through that corner. I'm guessing we completely ground out, and it just lifted the rear wheels off the floor there. And that's going to mean we're back into the pits. We need to go onto softs to the end. But oh, the Monaco Grand Prix. It doesn't like me on F1 2021, I'll tell you what. This track used to be a happy hunting ground for us, and today it has not been our day here on these Monaco City streets. Hopefully we can try and stay at least between the Alfa Romeos. And I think that's one of the Ferraris that is still in the lead here. Come on, get in gear. 7 second stop though, once again. And it's not looking great at this stage of the day.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
About 12, 13 laps to go there. Yeah, it is one of the Ferraris just behind us. But yeah, this has not been a good day to write home about. Well, it really has been a day of trying to force cars into errors, and unfortunately it's been us making a lot of them here in Monaco. We've been aggressive to try and get anything out of this, try and salvage something after the disappointment of last season. But can we get up the inside of Giovinazzi now with just over 10 to go? up the inside. Even then, we can't make that work there. Giovinazzi hops over the curbs. Not too sure he should be able to hold on to that one from that, I'll be honest. But yeah, we're about to get lapped, I think, for just the second time in this series as well. We'll try and let... It is Charles Leclerc who leads his home Grand Prix. So we'll try and let him pass and then get past Gio at the same time. Right, come on then, Charles. Let's see you through, buddy. Right now we need to try and stick right on his gearbox. We have still got a pretty quick race car, to be honest. Obviously on these fresh softs, the pace has been there today. Just not the luck or consistency, unfortunately. Let's see when Gio's going to try and let him by. Right on board. Almost into the back of the Ferrari. Do not want to do that at Charles Leclerc's home Grand Prix of all places as well here. But is Gio actually going to let him pass at any time soon? It's the real question. Come on, there goes Giovinazzi. Are we going to be able to sneak by? Yes, we are! So that makes me feel a little bit better there. He's actually going to let the next guy be past as well. It's one of the Mercs. Is it Hamilton? Is it Bottas? It is Lewis Hamilton, who's still applying the pressure to Leclerc at this stage of the day. We now have to let Hamilton through without letting Giovinazzi past. Oh my god. We've actually got a penalty for ignoring blue flags, even though we're stuck all over the gearbox of the race leader there. We'll let Hamilton through now, and if this day couldn't go any worse...
You'll be on the softs. A new strategy is available on the MFD.
What the team's suggesting there, another pit onto the softs. No, thank you. If this race couldn't get any worse, I'm honestly tempted to just retire the car with a few to go here. Don't want to risk picking up any more damage there, and I mean, with a few power tracks coming up as well, engine wear could be really, really important over the next couple of Grand Prix. What's it at? Let's have a look. Oh, come on, get through the hairpin. Oh, we're in neutral, that's why we were struggling. Yeah, 50% and stuff on the control electronics. I think we might just have to dive it in now. That penalty might just be the final straw for us here in the Monaco Grand Prix. It has not been a track that's been kind to me so far in F1 2021. And unfortunately, yeah, today is going to be another one of those days, but it means we should have a good enough engine to get through the next Grand Prix as well.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
I think that. Cheers for that, Gio. That pretty much sums it up, I think, today. Yeah, and we get a warning for that as well. Monaco, man, it's not a fan of me on F1 2021. We're gonna have to box, and I think, well, unfortunately, yeah, we're gonna have to call it a day with that one. We can serve the penalty in the pits at least, so we'll do that, yeah, and then I think we'll have to retire from this one. Such a gutting weekend here at the Monaco streets, but that's the way this track sometimes works, unfortunately, and yeah, it is going to be, rather frustratingly, the second double DNF, actually, after 2-2 Motorsport, obviously after the Dutch Grand Prix last year. Another high downforce circuit that just has not played to our strengths on F1 2021. A nice 14-second pit stop, but that's going to be a day, I'm afraid.
So, another excellent win from Ferrari. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
Looking at the podium, you can see that red suit familiar to fans across the globe. A world-class win for a world-class team. Ferrari do it again. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Some amazing talent out on the track today, but Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
Let's give it to Esteban Ocon. That was a commanding performance today. Very impressive indeed.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.
Well, there we are then, guys. The end to another difficult Monaco Grand Prix on F1 2021. You'll never believe, if you've only just started joining us on the channel, that this track, yeah, used to be an absolute hunting ground for us to get some big results on the Formula 1 games. But so far in F1 2021, I don't know what it is. Bad luck in Season 1, and then just a bit unlucky in Season 2 as well there. Just that nick of the wall in qualifying completely upset our rhythm throughout the entirety of the weekend there. But it is Charles Leclerc who takes home the race victory ahead of Lewis Hamilton there. The first man to stop Lewis so far this year. Danny Rick P3 ahead of Sainz and Yuki Tsunoda 4th, and 5th ahead of Norris, Verstappen, Perez, Russell and Pierre Gasly rounding out your top 10 there. Stroll didn't even score at the end of the day, so that is well and truly heartbreaking as well there. Alonso finishes P12. You can see, yeah, in the top 12, it was only Charles Leclerc and Hamilton swapping places. There was the only change in that Grand Prix there. Both Williams, both Alfa Romeos and both Haas cars a lap down, as well as Guan Yu Zhou. And yeah, just both 2 and 2 Motorsport cars not making it to the end of the race is very disappointing, to say the very least there. It does mean championship-wise, we're still P10. Sainz gets the jump on Norris, Leclerc gets the jump on Verstappen. Hamilton, though, still 26 clear of Ricciardo, who has been mighty consistent there. 3 podiums in a row, 3 third places in a row. For Daniel Ricciardo, he has been a man to watch so far this year there. Perez gets his first points for Red Bull, up into 12th there, jumping at Pierre Gasly and Esteban Ocon there, and you can see a lot of movement towards the rear of the field there. Schwartzman's still down in P21 after his 2 DNFs at the start of the year as well there. Constructors-wise, though, we're still tied with Alpine on 5 apiece there. P6 is definitely still doable in the Constructors' Championship this year there. Mercedes just 12 ahead of McLaren, who are further 10 ahead of Ferrari at this stage of the year as well. But thank you all so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed, do make sure you leave a like. Get yourself subscribed as well. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow ready for round 4 of the year. We head to Baku. Hopefully it can go a bit better for us. We almost scored points there last year. Let's go one better this time. None of these videos would be possible without the support of our channel members. So a massive thank you to The Travesty, Patrick, Chuan, David Bennett, Ben Meekins and Aiden C97 for becoming channel members. If you want to be featured in these little clips, click the join button down below.